Hey folks, welcome back to the MTG Sunday Jank-Off with myself, Ben Break, and AlbinoCheesemonkey. Had to keep that hand there because the game was about to kick me out. Today we are playing Standard Jank, as always. New Jank decks every week. And I will ask, as usual, my friend AlbinoCheesemonkey, what is his deck name and colors? Monkey?
Well, Ben, today I'm going to make you an offer you literally can't refuse. Unless you have a counterspell. Anyway.
Might.
We are playing Trade Offer, a Grixis deck. Again, returning to Grixis 2 weeks in a row. Now that we're over 20 episodes, I've shed the bonds of caring about whether or not I've represented a color or not. And I'm just janking.
Well, fun fact, for the first time since episode 1, neither of us are playing green, because I am playing Jeskai, which is the colors of America and really many other countries, like Great Britain and the Russian Federation, and many other countries. They're very popular colors, and popular right now in the metagame, but we're not doing metagame stuff here. We are doing United Simulacra of America. Is this a wholehearted patriotic statement, or something more bitter and sarcastic? We will see as we continue. With that, let's get into our blind best of one, shall we?
I will keep my hand.
All right, and I already selected to keep mine. Yours. I would like to inform you, as the representative for the United Simulacra of America, that this battlefield is under the authority of the consuls. Proceed slowly.
How do I follow that? All right.
By making me an offer I can't refuse.
No, until then, I think I'm just going to scout the area.
That's a tap.
All right. Let's put land. Sure.
You're Storm Chasers, so talented.
Yeah, the Midwest, famously of the United Simulacrum of America, has many tornadoes that Storm Chasers chase. They have a talent for it, you might say. All right, let's go exploring, like Lewis and Clark.
Man, you're really trying to ingratiate yourself there, aren't you? Well, I'm also
and I found a mountain.
Talented. I'm rather talented myself.
Oh, you've got me going now. All right. What do we do now?
Make me an offer I can't refuse.
All right. Let's see if we can see in the dark here.
See, you had hinted earlier that this was a control deck of some kind, and all I'm seeing is a ton of piddly token generators.
Well, listen, someone's got to be the beat now.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm not going to cast that. This is fine.
All right. Now, sometimes you just kind of want the power for yourself. I present you a trade offer. You get one tiny glimmer 1/1 creature. I get the authority of the consuls.
Sure.
All right. Trade accepted.
Oh, so I see. The reason you're playing bad cards is to give them to me. What a strategy.
Maybe.
Play bad cards so your opponent can have them. All right.
I think that was a fair trade, personally.
Well, I have bad news. My battlefront is united.
Oh, no.
Let's put into play this definitely. And you know what? This probably. Oh, I forgot about that authority. That's going to suck with my forge. Turns out we should have taken a different card there, chat. No matter. We'll have another shot.
That's
actually a pretty big misplay on my part. Oh no, more trade offers incoming?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Well, I'll just have to make some big plays then. Let's do Kayla's Reconstruction for X equals 4. I only get 3, but that's fine. These are good cards. I won't even pick that one. We'll just pick these 2. So this time I will, as I should have, take a Perilous Snare, exiling my Authority of the Consuls.
Okay.
I'll produce 2 Forge tokens, which will attack you hastily. Notable, they have oil counters. You can't have a deck themed after the United Simulacra of America without producing and monopolizing some oil.
That's right.
In service
That makes sense.
of a military-industrial complex of horrific proportions.
Well, I'm going to help you out here. You get a trade offer. You get a flashlight. I get a forge.
Accepted.
I'm having fun.
All right, let's see here. Think we start off with our forge. Well, my forge draws cards, don't you know? Let's... Well, that's the top of a deck. Okay, we'll just keep those there. And end our turn.
Okay. What else you got? All right. I'm going to present to you another trade offer.
Oh boy. This is a lot of deals.
I'm going to... What a deal. I'm going to go ahead and offer you 1 menacing skeleton for 1 simulacrum synthesizer.
Synth isn't very good in your deck, I assume.
Yes, but
sure.
it's good in your deck. I would assume.
It's part of the deck title.
Right? Yeah. Now, notably, I no longer have a menacing skeleton.
I would like to show you another synth.
Okay.
And we'll start there, I suppose.
All right. All right.
All right. What do we want here? This is probably not very good. This is probably not very good. So let's play another one. Okay, that seems pretty good. This also could be good. I suppose the order doesn't really matter. Okay, we will go to attacks. I will menace you with your own skeleton. And I would like to attempt to make another Simulacrum.
All right.
Folks, Simulacrum Synthesizer, it basically rewards you for playing a lot of 3 mana or greater artifacts, because then you get tokens that get +1/+1 for each artifact we control, and are themselves artifacts. You can see where this is going. Unfortunately, our opponent gets whatever card they want out of their deck.
Options. I've got options.
Got a deck full of options, I'm sure.
Got
What's the
options.
best deal you can make?
That's right. First, I gotta double check to make sure I have the right mana. I do. But is that the right play? Okay. I think I'm gonna grab this.
Could be anything.
Yep.
Surely our opponent just grabbed that. Tutored up the Spyglass Siren. That was the play. Now I assume you're going to exchange control of it with one of my tokens, right?
Should I give you? I'm thinking about giving you a map. No, that would help you. Yeah, let's. Oop, cast the wrong mode. Hold on.
This shifting and grifting grows tiresome.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I only have enough mana to give you an artifact. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a map.
Okay. Notably, it's a lot smaller on your side of the field.
Funny enough, I just realized something. I could have waited and then given you this token.
Yeah, that might have been a better play.
No, I couldn't have. It's not an artifact. I only had enough mana for an artifact.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No attacks.
I'm still having fun.
Weren't even going to put me to the test? All right, let's see what we can do here. Pretty sure we're doing this. And probably doing this. Let's see where that lands us. Cards. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Ooh. All right, let's see. Okay. You may have gotten the better of me here.
My opponent goes to 1. Interesting. Oh, well, I liked my token so much, I'll have another. And I'll play some bricks. Bricks. Oh, okay. Oh, it fills at max speed. I always forget about Perilous Snare. This deck doesn't often reach max speed. Might have actually been able to get lethal there. Am I just misplaying this whole game and winning anyway? We'll see.
I gotta count some mana. Is there anything I could pull right now that would get me out of this? I don't think so.
No board wipes in your control deck?
It's not that kind of control deck. Why would I wipe out all of your value? I want to take it.
That's not a control deck. That's a combo deck.
It's not.
I mean, it might
control,
be. We'll see.
I'm not taking stuff from you.
We'll see. We have yet to see your deck tech, which will come after this blind best of 1 game, and then we'll go into best of 3s. Okay, given the theme of your deck, I think I know what this is. This is Coveted Falcon.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's anything I can give you here, though. So.
Well, your 6-power Forge token is frightening, but I will block with my 13-power Simulacrum.
The good old US of A does it again.
Let's level up our creature tokens. Take to the skies.
Okay.
Forge our military creatures, I guess. Draw some cards.
I mean, drone warfare, right?
Yep, you're about to get drone struck. Can't forget the map token.
Or if you're a fan of Fallout, I'm about to get smacked by Liberty Prime. Oh, you should get that reference, Ben. You played Fallout 3.
I never finished Fallout 3.
Years ago, though. Huh?
I never finished Fallout 3.
No, that's right. Okay. Also, that was DLC.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You got me this time.
I'll finish Fallout when you finish Skyrim, the DLC.
I finished Skyrim.
You didn't finish
extra
Vanguard or
content.
Dragonborn.
That's extras.
All right,
That's like
how's
saying,
this for a
you
trade
took
deal?
the cherry off your ice cream.
Yeah. How's this for a trade deal? Let's exchange knowledge our decks with our viewers.
Okay. Let's see. How about you go first?
Sure.
First.
All right, folks. Our deck is named the United Simulacra of America. America because we're in Jeskai colors, which is the colors that happen to be America in many other countries. United because we're playing United Battlefront as our build around. It looks at the top 7 cards of our library and puts 2, or up to 2, non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less onto the battlefield. So it's got good search ability, it's got good value if you're hitting 2-3 mana things, and it's just all around such a good card. We have to maximize it with it and make sure we're hitting. We have to run a lot of non-creature permanents. And to make sure we're getting good value, they have to be mostly mana value 3. So that is what this ridiculous curve is doing. Taylor's Reconstruction is not a permanent. It's just basically a 5th copy of United Battlefront. For our non-creature permanents of mana value 3 or less, our most important is the Simulacrum Synthesizer, which makes constructs, which are token artifact creatures that get +1/+1 for each artifact we control whenever another artifact with mana value 3 or greater enters. And guess what? We have a ton of those. We have Urabrask's Forge as an alternate win con, and also it's an artifact. We have Braided Net as pseudo removal and also card draw. We have Perilous Snare as removal, and that's about it. But it's an artifact, which means it's good in this deck. To support this plan, Caretaker's Talent draws cards whenever we make tokens from the Synthesizer or the Forge. It's also, of course, a hit for United Battlefront. Even though it's not an artifact, it's an enchantment. Same thing with Temporary Lockdown, a very good card in the current metagame with Is It Prowess on top. This wipes the board from their entire deck, creature and non-creature alike. Reasonably good against Pixie decks also, and against mono-red decks also. Finally, to make sure we get to this point where we're casting 3 and 4 mana spells, we do need some additional interaction and stay alive cards. We have Authority of the Consoles, just 1 copy, Anti-Haste, we have more in the sideboard. We have 4 Clay-Fired Bricks as just a cheap artifact that gain us life, keep us in the game longer, and give us a Plains card. We're mostly a white deck, we're kind of splashing blue and red. That's why this mana base works. We're running Verges and dual lands that are all white-centered. So, Clay-Fired Bricks, it's an artifact. It also allows us to run a slightly lower land count. I believe this is a 23 land deck. If I wasn't running bricks, we'd want 24 or 25. But keeping a slimmer deck means more hits for United Battlefront and Kayla's Reconstruction. These can also hit the bricks, whereas they couldn't hit the lands. Finally, our removal is rounded out by Spring-Loaded Saw Blades. We don't love playing Saw Blades. It's not a good hit off Reconstruction or Battlefront, but we just need to stay alive early turns. 5 damage to a tapped creature usually does that, and it is, of course, an artifact to up our artifact count for the Synthesizer tokens. Finally, 1 of Ironcrag. You could run more. I just have 1, and since it's legendary, I think 1 is fine. This is relevant because not only is it an artifact, so a hit for all our artifact synergies, it also, if you play it on 2, and then make a land drop on turn 3, you have 4 mana for our keycard United Battlefront. Other than that, we have a couple of tech cards in the mana base. Mistral Village for uncounterability, Quarry Mountain Monastery for late game card advantage, Fomori Vault for card selection for artifacts, and Fountain Port as a utility land that can either create pressure out of nowhere or draw cards. We're mostly using it to draw cards. Same thing for Mirrex, just alternate win condition against control decks, and the tokens can create card draw from Caretaker's Talent. All right, so we got a nice tight package of synergies. I'm very happy with how this one did in testing. Let's see what our opponent is running in similar but not the same colors.
All right. Back to the arena we go. So let's have a look at trade offer. A trade offer's a real piece of jank. I have been wanting to make shifting grift work for a long time. in my sense of Magic terms. As in, like, I've been playing since Bloomborough, and I wanted to make this work since I first saw it, like, in November. So that's a long time for me. And I think I have some silly ways of doing it. Now, I will admit that partially this was inspired by having something pulled on me in the ladder, or was it the play queue? Probably the play queue. But I made sure to make it extra janky.
This looks extra janky.
So, what are we trying to do here? Well, because it's a best of 3 and I don't really know what kind of deck my opponent is playing, I've got a great semblance of wares, all over the place. Because I'm going to assume that they're probably going to be playing pretty powerful cards that are put in their deck for a good reason, because they want them. So, we start off with things that can give us artifacts. First, let's talk about Shifting Grift, one of the most important cards. This is a spree that lets me choose exchange control of 2 creatures and or 2 artifacts and or 2 enchantments. Because I don't know what kind of deck my opponent's going to be on, I highly prioritize pre-sideboarding, having everything available. So, Spyglass Siren is a creature who makes an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Stormchaser's Challenge is an enchantment that makes a creature. Cast of the Stash Skeleton is an enchantment that makes a creature and is also a tutor if I trade away the skeleton. Charming Scoundrel is a creature where I can decide if I want to and also loot or make a artifact or make an enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Glimmerlight is an artifact that makes an enchantment and a creature. Then we've got Stock Up for Efficiency. We've got Coveted Falcon. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about Harmless Offering for occasionally there might be some one-sided trade offers. As you can see, I was pretty fair to Ben.
That's not a trade. That's a gift.
That's a gift. That's right. And we've also got this town because it lets me bounce back many of these. It helps keep me alive, and it helps me bounce back these enchantment and artifact and creature generators. And Trade the Helm, which is actually really, really good. If you draw it early, you can just cycle it. But the thing I really noticed about this card that made me like it, along with Shifting Grift, is that this one, notably, you can exchange control of an artifact or creature of your opponent and then choose an artifact or creature of yours. So unlike Shifting Grift, they don't have to be the same. This one doesn't do enchantments, but I like it for the flexibility and the ability to cycle it if I draw it too early. So what are some of the goods that we can give? Now, granted, I'm going to tell you some of these gifts are better than others, but I am very stingy with my wild cards. So we've got a menagerie of them because they are all rare or mythic. A fun one, Greed's Gambit. Here's the trade offer. I play Greed's Gambit, I draw 3 cards, I gain 6 life, and I create 3 2/1 black back tokens. Then I give it to the other person, and at the beginning of their end steps, they discard a card, lose 2 life, and sacrifice a creature, or I just bounce it, and they lose 6 life, and sacrifice 3 creatures, and discard 3 cards.
Yeah, this town ain't big enough is pretty brutal in your deck. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to take back the trades. We'll see. Archfiend of the Dross, he's a beater that causes you to lose the game if he sticks around too long. Thankfully, he'll stick around just long enough for us, if not removed. We're going to make a pact with a demon. Very thematic. This one lets us deal 4 damage, then and or draw 2 cards, then and or target opponent, then and or either bounce it back to our hand to play again, or send it on over as a harmless offering. The Cursed Recording lets us double up on our spells, and if we get a little too greedy casting spells and get, 7 counters on it, we just have, just hand it over. You know what I mean? We don't need it anymore. And, if they cast any more instants or sorceries without destroying this, they'll take a casual 20 damage. And finally, the Grimoire of Marina Vendrell lets me play, draw 5 immediately, gives me no maximum hand size, and then if I have a beater on board at this thing, I can just really drive them into the ground by beating them down with whatever tokens I have at this point in the game and forcing them to discard their whole hand each time I do it. So those are the great gifts that you may be receiving today, Ben.
Well, I think you'll be winning the Jank Award, no matter how well it performs.
I think you might be surprised. I especially since it's got a Storm Chaser's talent, this town engine, and stock up is a really good card. I shoved some good cards in there. Just
to lubricate the jank.
What?
To lubricate the jank.
Exactly.
No use janking off if you're not well lubricated.
I've had more fun testing this deck, I think, than I've had in a long time.
Well, let's get some more fun and get into our best of threes, folks.
All right.
All right, folks. Just a reminder, you may pull up both our streams to see both our hands at the same time. You can just mute one of us so you're not getting double audio. I am sending the challenge.
I will accept the challenge.
All right. Can we dig up enough oil? Can our military-industrial complex create the automated drones that we need to seek out and destroy these tricky grifters? Or are we going to receive the worst deal in the history of deals, maybe ever?
The worst trade deal in the history of trade deals. Who knows?
I was thinking of saving that line for when I get Demonic Pact.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
But
we jumped the shark there. Sorry.
This is a loose keep, folks, but this is basically a land. This
is fine.
$22 life. How will you ever defeat that? Your cursed recording can only deal 20.
Well, we can do something about that.
Oh no, I will be down to 20, so vulnerable.
Here you go. Back to 20.
Your Storm Chaser is so talented. Well, we happen to have no red mana. Or else I might make a play this turn. Oh well. That's okay, folks. We're only splashing red for this card. And the activated ability on a different card in my sideboard.
What do we want to do here?
You can have my bricks. That's a deal I would make.
A third land, but alas, I think we'll hit you. Oh, you should target me. Okay.
That'll do. We stand united. Our hits, not that great. But we'll keep the lands flowing. You have to manifest your destiny and just acquiring more and more lands as the game goes on.
Yeah. I'm a little bit sad with my draws. I'm going to be honest with you. Well, let's play this card you know about. And also this card.
Well, folks, let's manifest our temporary lockdown destiny. How about that? We did it.
That is everything.
We'll keep this card on top, I believe.
All right.
I like to do my opponent the courtesy of when we're trying to decide what decks we're going to play. I usually let them know if I'm playing a control card like Temporary Lockdown or Sunfall, just because those can be pretty brutal plays in a fun, janky environment. So, for this deck, I said, yep, plan for Temporary Lockdown. All right, here I think we play... I think this is definitely the pick. I think the right pick is this card, but I'm greedy and I want to pick this card instead. Because cards! Okay. Let's make another. Oh, I suppose we should attack first. Take one. And another. Lacking red mana won't stop us.
Well,
Lacking mana
it's
will
kind
stop
of
our
hard to come
opponents.
back from 6
Yeah.
lands to 2. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can do here.
That's okay. This match is a best of 3. Hang tight.
It's true. It's true. Variance schmariance. Let's get a bunch of ETBs.
I will decline to find basic planes, but I will take the life gain. I think it is a nice play, because if I try to lock down now, I lose all my construct tokens.
Yeah. It was probably the best thing it could have done with 2 lands available.
I think here... How to handle this. I think I want to do this. Because then we might, yes, draw a 3 mana value artifact.
Okay. Let's jump. Actually, let's do it this way. Oh. Just learning how to click, folks. It's new skill.
We encourage learning around here. Good stuff. All right. I think we'll just have to lock it back down now. I'm okay giving up my tokens. Let's pitch these bricks.
Oh, that's a land. Are you scared?
Okay. Land 3 found. All right, now what do we do? Let's do this. Actually, I should have held, because I might draw something I want here. You do have the win con of I might mill out.
You always say that, Ben. You really do.
It'll happen someday.
I don't want to block this, actually.
I'll present another synth. We don't want these cards. Then I will make another. And I suppose get this Iron Crag out of my hand. And discard. I don't think we'll need this Mirrex. Dang it, I should not have discarded that Mirrex.
Okay. Let's see. What kind of trade offer can we make here? The Forge is nice and pumped up. All right, I'm gonna trade you 1 flashlight for 1 forge.
That's a well-oiled forge.
That's right. What do you do to people who steal your oil?
You'll find out. Might involve drone strikes.
That's right.
It might involve drone strikes. All right. Let us. Do we have lethal? Oh, dang it. That card's tapped. Oh, well. We might still have lethal. Make some constructs. Draw some cards. Hopefully not mill out. I don't think I'm going to mill out. We'll give you a little tippity-tappity. And see if you have a 1-mana bounce spell. No. Drone strike makes it in. Alright. I'll teach you to steal our oil. Unfortunately, I don't have any sideboard cards for this particular matchup. AlbinoCheesemonkey, are you there? I'm not hearing you.
Ah, wow. I've been talking this whole time. I definitely didn't hit the mute button on my mic because I coughed and then forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, okay. No worries.
All right, let's see. I'm saying I do have quite a bit of sideboard tech, so let's see what we can do here. Ooh, that might be nice. Don't really seem to be casting a lot of instants of sorceries, but we might be wrong there. Let's put that in.
I think versus our opponent, we just want to bring in a ton of threats. For the most part.
Is that worth it?
All right. These will be really good in the matchup. And this is an additional threat that we have post-sideboard.
That's really going to be good. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. Now I got to make some cuts. What isn't cutting it? That's the question.
How much artifact hate do you have in that sideboard?
Good question.
Brotherhood's End is pretty good against this deck, folks. If you run into any artifact decks on the ladder.
That card.
We're seeing a lot more artifact hate in the meta in general because of Steel Cutter.
How's this? This looks fine. We'll go with that.
I think generally folks are trying to build a synthesizer deck for the meta also go Azorius usually instead of Jeskai, but I couldn't help it. I love Urabrask's Forge. It's been with me since episode 1. Obviously not every episode in between that. I think I've only played it once. All right. Besides that. But
oh, that's interesting.
This looks like a keep.
But I can't keep that. Okay. Everybody ought to know.
I suspect this crowd does reflect our deck compositions in the stands. Like, there's a lot of blue and not a lot of green. Like, there definitely is some green.
The white's coming from you, right?
I'm a lot of white, and you're a lot of blue, and I have a fair amount of blue also.
Which I am confused about.
I assume there's just some minimum amount of colors. Like, there's other random colors in there, like orange and purple that I'm seeing. Bricks, bricks, bricks. How about I make a trade offer this time?
Really?
I'll trade you these bricks for that Storm Chaser's talent.
You won't? Okay. No deal.
Oh, no deal. Wait, you have the right to refuse, but I don't. Stonks.
That's right.
Is this the first time we've played Stock Up on the show? Standard All-Star Stock Up?
I kept trying to put it in a deck because it's a powerful card, but I ended up cutting it for jank most of the time.
But it's a jank enabler. It digs for jank 5 cards deep.
That's true. It does dig for jank. I could be convinced. What do I want from here, though? I definitely want. I think these are what I want. And I'm gonna hit you with an otter.
I will play
That's right, folks. I have 20 health and he
Synthesizer.
has 19. You know what that means? That means I'm winning.
It's true. I think we just bottom. What we're looking for, folks, is United Battlefront, to be honest.
Let's see. Get our little flying friend. Let's have a look at the top. I don't... yeah, I don't need that, right?
Binning a trade deal? What is this? Okay, good card, but I think we just want... Did not run into a counterspell. Okay. Bottom, bottom. Those are fine cards, but we can just afford to dig toward better.
All right, let's send that back where
Okay.
it came from.
Acceptable. Your skeletons so
Some more
stashed.
trade pieces. Some more otters.
Building a trade empire over there.
That's right.
Is this your aggro draw?
That's right. All right, this is... I don't know what this deck is. It's a jank deck.
All right, well, I'll just play another synthesizer. 3 copies of a build-around card has to be good. I think we just keep bottoming.
All right. We're going to go ahead and send one of those back, and I'm going to send my little Skelly boy back.
Makes sense. Thankfully, your case will be solved only at your end step.
That's right.
Is our opponent going to try to beat us with Storm Chaser's talent? This town ain't big enough loops. Could be.
Yeah, it wouldn't be very janky, though, which makes me sad.
Well, my deck isn't very janky.
But I do need that back.
Oh, okay, that's a good card. Now how do we play this? This sequencing is going to be pretty... Actually, no, we can sequence differently. Yeah, we can sequence well. I would like to attack.
Okay. I will block. Or trade, if you... Well, no, it's not really a trade.
It's not a trade. All right, you blocked, so I will lock. Have a bit too much trade material over there.
I mean, would you have blocked even if I didn't block?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I was just making a rhyme.
It's good. No, I get that.
You can bounce my lockdown, but you have to produce other material first. Mm-hmm. Actually, you don't have to. This town
I
can
can just do it.
Pay 5.
And I might just do it. And we'll get rid of one of your guys.
All right. Planes, planes, planes. Let's see if we can get lethal. Because that skeleton's mighty sussy.
Yeah, he can't block though, you know.
Yeah, that's what's so sussy.
Oh, that's right.
I think we can get lethal. Yeah, you're tapped out. Let's give it another tappity. Kind of weird that in this matchup I'm using Braided Net as an offensive card, but GG. Ghetto TCG says block it, lock it, drop it. Locked down. All right, folks. That went pretty smoothly. Let's do another. I'm still waiting for that demonic pact to come my way.
Among other things, you mean?
Oh, I almost just queued into ranked queue.
Did you send it?
It is sent now. Again, folks, we are Jeskai, United Simulacra of America. For better or worse. Versus Grixis Trade Deal. Seeking to offer us the worst trade deal of all time. Maybe ever.
That's right.
Oh, this is one of those sketchy hands.
Oh, that's... Yep, nope. Nope, can't keep that.
I think knowing our matchup, we can keep. These won't be turned on. But this and this will be good plays against our opponent, especially this. So I think we keep. Man, I don't know who took the time to build all those buildings on that mountain, but that looks like hard work. Where are they getting all the trees from? Let's see that 2-drop opponent. It's a Glimmerlight. It's an artifact that makes a creature enchantment.
And an enchantment.
I'll present my forge. I await your trade offer next turn.
I'm going to take that one.
Honestly, maybe I should sideboard in more Authority of the Consuls. Just to turn off my own forges when my opponent steals them.
Yeah, a thing you run into often, I think. I'm unfortunately not getting the things that I would like to see.
You're getting a lot of non-land permanents.
That's right. I just blew one up to look at a map. Okay.
Yeah, briefly, you were turn 3, 6 non-land permanents, but that has gone down. Okay, that's is that a good draw? That's a pretty good draw. But I think we just want to shut down our opponent's trade deals for now. Lock it down. The United Simulacra of America Trade Commission has arrived. Let's lock down these illicit
Alright, let's go find the things that
Stonks.
we need here.
I'm contractually obligated to say stonks whenever you stock up. Okay, this is a good play, but I think we just want to keep our lands flowing, so let's get ourselves a plains. Doesn't feel like our opponent has a Spell Pierce. Pretty sure they didn't have one main deck anyway. Scry.
I'm the opponent.
These are good draws. Because then this can find that card if we need it next turn. And then we'll draw the land otherwise. Alright, so just a good heuristic, folks, out on the ladder. When someone plays stock up, you can just assume that then they have the 2 best cards they could possibly have in their hand going into next round. So let's see what they are. Okay, not too scared yet. I would like to unite our battlefronts. I have bad news, my friend.
What's that?
You know how I scried 2 and kept 2 on top?
Yeah?
One of them was the land I played.
Uh-huh.
The other was a temporary lockdown. That was a pained laugh. I'm sorry. We've got oil, and we're coming for your lands.
Battlefield. Okay. All right.
See the crime.
It's an artifact.
I got that. Yeah. All right. How do you feel about this net?
How do I feel about the net? Let's have another turn. Okay.
Triggers.
So many triggers.
Ugh. I thought you were control deck. This is a token deck.
I need wares of various kinds. The more useless, the better.
It's true. Okay, well, I have these 2 great constructs, but I think I would simply just rather lock it up again and get in with my forge tokens.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I did put that in your hand.
Got 2 in my hand. You put both of them in my hand. Right, let's see you forge a way out of this impending defeat.
Alright, let's get some more stuff.
Stuff. Don't think it matters, but I'll give you a tap. What could you have? Nothing? All right.
Nothing.
GG. Let's sideboard.
All right.
And decide who is the most powerful wielder of jank today.
Let's see if we can let's see if we draw some of these sideboard cards this time. What do we take out?
Yeah, I'm probably overthinking it with these. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, we sideboard the same way. So I don't know if any of y'all watched the coverage for SCG Con Hartford yesterday and today. But I don't think it's a spoiler to say that Corey Steel Cutter is one heck of a card. It looked like it was over 35% of registered decks going into day one. Whether that deck won, I'm not going to spoil for anyone's day, but let me know what you all thought about that tournament. I won't be spoiled. So I just watched the top 8. Wasn't really able to tune in aside from the occasional match here or there. I was rooting for the Roots deck.
Oh, was it Golgari?
Golgari, Insidious, technically Jund, but it was basically Golgari.
Is this the hand that will finally do it for us?
So this hand's really good if we draw land. It's kind of a consequence of playing a lot of 3-drops. If we draw land,
how many lands? If it has one land, I think you should keep it.
Oh, no, it's 2 lands.
Oh, no, you gotta ditch that.
All right, I'll keep. Remember, folks, we can draw lands or bricks. Some of the Azorius lists for Synthesizer also play Candy Trail as a way to scry toward what you need, and an additional artifact on the battlefield that can be sacrificed to draw a card and gain life, which are all important things. That's not a land.
Let's return to that scene. Let's hit you with an otter.
Oh, there we go. Is this counter magic? No, it's not. I'm curious if you board in counter magic.
I'm not gonna let that get off the ground quite yet.
Technically,
you
should probably do that after I scry, because now I can scry with the knowledge that I won't have the synth in play next round.
Ah, okay. Talent.
Since we are playing standard and we don't have any free spells. That is correct, right? We don't have any free spells? I don't think we have any free spells.
Mox Jasper.
Oh, Mox Jasper. Okay, be afraid of Mox Jasper. If an opponent happened... Oh, okay. Spell Pierce did come in. All right. I accept.
All right.
Spell Pierce, one of the more impactful cards from Aether Drift, with Stock Up being the most impactful card. Stonks.
Interesting. There's a lot of spicy stuff that I could choose here. A lot of spicy stuff. But I think ultimately we'll take these two.
Okay. Well, Stock Up searches the top 5, but my 4-mana card searches the top 7. Fear my 1/1.
I have 2 of those. Ah, and now it's gone, you fool!
Alas.
Let's see.
We do need to be a little cautious of our life total, folks. Otters can... They can slap when they want to.
How do you feel about this?
No deals, please. Oh, okay. Okay, scene of the crime. Right. Tap a creature to add a mana. Sure.
Otter time. I see you eyeing my Archfiend. I know you want it. I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit.
Okay. It will drain me 2 every turn from my forge, won't it? We're going to take a risky line, folks.
All right.
Because this is the Jank-Off. This is for fun. We're going to take a risky line. We're going to have some fun.
All right, let's go get some more stuff.
Stonks.
Contractually obligated.
Yep.
Don't need that.
Back in my day, Surveyor wasn't even a keyword.
Could have saved that for a main phase too, but
Tippity tappity, you activated my trappity.
I'm gonna say that whenever I play Yu-Gi-Oh with my friends.
Okay. Well, you can't say that because I was tapping. My card taps.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Cards don't tap in Yu-Gi-Oh unless you're putting them in defense position.
Do you want my forge? You can have my forge. I would accept it if you wanted to trade for my forge. I'll give you this forge for that Stormchaser's talent.
I think you already tried to make that offer, didn't you?
No, that was bricks for Stormchaser talent. I'm upgrading to a 3-mana card.
All right, let's go see what else we got in here.
Surely my 3-mana card is worth more than your 1-mana card.
Yeah, let's take these. I'm gonna hit you.
Nope. Unless you have Tashana's Tidebinder.
You win this round.
Okay. No, we're not going to play this. We're going to play this. Is this another net? Fear not. Probably could have waited to play that until post-combat.
I am going to do this just because I want to surveil.
No response. As far as Dispersal, currently seeing play in Azorius Omniscience combo. Because they want to chuck their Omniscience in the graveyard. There's a 1 counter on that thing. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's interesting. Quite interesting. Hmm. I think I'm going to have it be tapped.
That's correct. You don't want to take 6 when I'm at 7. Thank you very much.
I'm going to attempt to give it to you and have it be counterspelled, probably.
Yeah, you've cast 3 stock-ups, so I'm prepared for you to have the answer. I'm trying to have fun, but I know that I'm not possibly taking the winning line here.
All right. Well, in this case, I'll go ahead and take him back.
Okay, that is acceptable.
Wasn't what I wanted ultimately, but I would also like to not lose immediately.
I was so hoping to hoist you on your own petard. All right, and let's get down to business now that we've got that Archfiend locked down for a little while.
Oh, sorry, Drew. I'll try and hold over the cards a little bit longer so that you can read them. Just let me know if there's a specific one you're trying to read.
Could really use another land. That's not a land. It's a pretty good card, but it's not a land.
No.
Okay, valid.
Don't need that. We'll take that.
Okay, I'll play my synth. Hopefully set up a land drop for next turn. Do we have any artifacts in the graveyard? No. Awkward. We probably should have played this then. It'll be fine. Pass turn. We will discard this reconstruction.
Alright, I am feeling a little bit uncomfortable.
I'm sorry.
So let's do a bit of a reset.
Non-creature, non-land. Okay, so your otter is a creature. It won't be returned to hand, so let's just slow things down. Filter Out is a card I've wanted to see played forever, but no one's ever played it against me.
I mean, it's really hard to run against decks. Really, really hard to come by decks that don't play creatures. I figured if ever it was going to get played, it'd be against you, Ben, because I know you.
Yeah, I like half my decks are creatureless. It's true.
That's right.
All right, so
it's a sideboard tech for the jank meta. I'll put it that way.
We have a billion cards in hand, and I'm unsure how to use them, really. We are definitely playing this. I can say that much. I think we just want to play this.
How's been your experience trading with me today? I feel like you haven't gotten that bad of deals yet. You almost did.
I almost did. I was able to refuse that deal, but... Okay, we'll get rid of one of these. The rest of these seem pretty necessary. Let's just do 1 and 1. This is... I would have liked to keep more permanents on board, but I spent most of the last games preventing you from keeping permanents on board, so it's only fair.
All right. I like your synthesizer. Well, more I like you not having it, so there you go. You can have a land.
Honestly, land's pretty good at this point.
Yeah.
I have so many cards in hand.
I don't want you running away with, the game.
I'll try.
I mean, I'm already doing much better this time.
Let's
we'll
play
see what happens.
Another one.
Okay. All right. I see how it is.
Sure. Let's play United Battlefront. Is that a spell pierce? No. Okay. I'm going to take Forge and Snare. Pretty sure this isn't really doing anything aside from making future filter outs worse for you. I will attack for 1. Fear my 1/1.
I want to point out the sheer jank of the fact that I just gave my opponent a land playing a card. That's the levels of jank we're at here.
I know. Like I said, the Jank Award is uncontested this week. What remains contested is whether you can beat me.
That's true. That's true. All right. What do I want here? What do I want to do? I think the issue I'm running into that I wasn't expecting is that I've run out of wares to trade you.
It's true that that discard pile is looking pretty large. Sorry, graveyard. Wrong game. Alright, well, I've had enough of this demon's trickery. Let's see what we can do about it. Can we catch the demon in our snare?
What's this? Target non-permanent controls the stars that use the battlefield. Okay. I think it's finally the end.
You say that, but you have an instant speed response of some kind, and I'm guessing it's... Oh, okay, that's fine. Then yes, it's the end. We have forged your defeat. I do love the inevitability of this deck. It's kind of hard to run out of gas as long as you survive.
I mean, I lasted a good while there.
That was a good game. Yeah. That was a good game. Unfortunately, you're able to stymie losing to your own Archfiend. Playing it into my nets was bold, but I knew you had a plan.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, now the funny thing you didn't get to see.
I need to restart my game.
Some real jank. Was it Purging Stormbrood? Remove all counters from a creature. If I had been willing to spend the wild cards on it, I would have leaned hard into that jank.
There's Render Inert from March the Machine, which I think is just an uncommon.
Oh, really? What's that?
Does the same thing. That was back in the day when March the Machine came out. That was what was used to combo with Archfiend of the Dross, trade, make you lose. It removes all counters from one target permanent and draws a card.
At this point, unless it's already in my collection, I've pretty much ignoring all sets that are going to be rotating out in late August, September. So,
but it's uncommon.
I might think about it. I don't know. We'll see. And if it's going to be played in Explorer, maybe, which,
Nope, I don't think so.
Dabble in.
Yeah. All right, so I think we have a good idea of how this matchup turns out. Would we want to try one more, or let's switch decks?
Yeah. I did think this deck would be good against a Simulacra synthesizer deck, but it just doesn't have enough Aetherize or things like
board
that.
Wipes? No, Aetherize is a board wipe. Aetherize is a particularly good board wipe against.
I had a few, but I never. I sideboarded in Aetherize, but I didn't see him. So. All
right. Well, what would you like to play against?
I don't honestly. Okay, so this deck is really bad against mono black. It's really bad against people who don't play cards. So mono black discard. I had a rough time against mono black discard on the ladder because they never put anything down worth stealing.
So do you want to play against my mono black discard deck?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it's a bad matchup.
I heard that. I was being mean, I guess. I could play a deck that makes a lot of big dragons. I can play a deck that gets out Rottenmouth Viper.
You played that last week, though, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've got Dragon Gang from last week, Venom Lack from the week before. I've got Up and Down. You probably don't want to play against Up and Down. It's kind of a discard deck. We could play against Elves for the memes.
I wouldn't be able to keep up with Elves.
No, they don't have anything good for you to steal because the Elves are only good when you have other Elves.
What is your artifact and enchantment-based control deck?
Artifact and enchantment-based control deck. I have the Azorius Mind Splice Apparatus deck. I also have Naya Overlords.
Overlords might be fun.
It's not quite up to date, but it's up to date enough, I think.
What was the other one that you just said?
Azorius. It's X spells. It's a control deck.
What was that called again?
Azori X.
Oh, was that before Nisa's X?
Yes, so the game plan is Mind Splice Apparatus to make really cheap White Sun's Twilights as the main win con.
And what does White Sun's Twilight do again?
It's a sweeper that also makes a ton of Might tokens with Toxic.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be... I think you'll have a hard time against it, to be honest. So I would say Only Lords or Inn of the Plains. Okay, Only Lords. For whatever reason, I think the deck you've chosen to play against most, and it always stomps you.
It's funny.
Okay.
Wait, what? Or Inn of the Plains? It's up to you.
The challenge is sent, but I can cancel if you'd like.
Okay. Too late. We're hitting play.
We're playing Only Lords, in which the only creatures are overlords.
That's right.
But we're not doing that boring Zur stuff. Number one, because Zur's not an overlord. And number two, because it's too strong. It's not jank. Oh, this is a rough hand. I think I have to mulligan against your deck. This is also rough. But keepable, I think.
I don't want to... Okay, I guess I will.
This deck definitely has the jankiest mana of most of the decks I've played on here. That helps. It is an untapped land. We'll keep. Folks, we're not going to play this out until we can also keep this up, I think. Okay,
you see my enchantment land.
Oh, ripe for the trading.
That's right. All right, what can we get? Yeah, it's fine.
Hush.
Ooh. Now that is nice. Do I want that? I might. What do I need to give up for it? Would your deck like Storm Chaser's talent?
Maybe.
Do I want to go down a land? Probably not. It's already blue, and I don't think you can change that, but you could still use it for colorless.
Going down land is a real cost.
You're actually making me think about how much beans is worth to me.
Yeah, when are you going to cast anything 5 or greater?
Oh, this town.
That's true. This town's a pretty good card in your deck.
All right. I have a plan.
Okay.
And the plan...
Do I have temporary lockdown in this deck? No. It's probably sideboard.
Is to forget how to do mana right. Okay.
Okay. Folks, if it looks like we're not doing much, it's because we have an exact read on our opponent. We'll catch them out at just the right moment. I would present my Sunbillow Verge.
Okay. Presented. Okay. I like that. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you something that is actually kind of nice. For you're something that's kind of nice.
Okay, so you are exchanging control of 2 target enchantments.
So we are offering you the trade.
So what happens if one of those targets is not valid when the spell resolves?
That's interesting.
Let's find out together. Will it resolve? No.
Oh, you found the counter.
I reject your trade deal. The turn is mine. I'm going to play this Cavern on Horror. And cast a Horror. Well, impend a Horror.
All right.
Here are my 2/1s. They fly. Moths, moths, moths.
Interesting.
I like moths. I don't like them in the house. I think they're happier outside. But
Gotta think.
they're kind of cute. Even the ones with 3 eyes.
Get a skeleton. I was really happy with the way Case of the Cursed Skeleton works, Stash Skeleton works in this deck because, as you know from Snake Food, it is one of my favorite cards.
I think
think
your
it's so
MO is
unique and
basically just finding cool ways to use Case of the Stashed Skeleton.
That's right. It's so I love weird cards.
My local Stash Skeleton expert.
Well, you can just play that again, though. It's part of the problem.
Oh yeah, bounce my permanents. Bounce them. I dare you.
All right, I'll bounce that one.
Okay. Wait, is it okay? Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. We coming in.
I'm blocking.
Where did my suspected skeleton go, Ben?
Think it.
Honestly, I think that the Pixie
Left
deck should
town.
be running Case of the Stash Skeleton, right?
It's too slow.
Tutors.
It's too slow. Sideboard card at best. It's Standard's fast, man. All right, we are struggling. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's not let you do that. Let's just be proactive. Draw a card. Get rid of that. If you bounce it, you can get your skeleton back.
That's true.
Your Storm Chaser is so talented.
Really is.
Folks, we're holding this up because of its option. That first keyword there is
I
useful.
guess I forgot about prowess there, but it's just
It's
one extra
okay.
damage.
It's 1
fine.
point of damage.
Lanchman.
No lands in hand. Okay, what do we play here? I think since we don't have an untapped land, we go here. It seems really kind of silly to Sunfall 2 Otters, but you know, we've got a good lead on non-land and land permanents. Let's just play safe. Oh, that's a good card. As a disadvantage, this now is a little worse because it doesn't have a target. A bit worried about that.
Interesting. Interesting. Don't mind me just reading one of your cards.
Sure. Okay. Let me guess. Shifting Griff, targeting Storm Chaser's talent, and Overlord of the Mistmoors.
Probably. You get the drill at this point.
I should not have removed your Otters. I had counterplay, but it required you to have Otters in play.
All right. Now...
Is there anything we can get back from the graveyard with it? We could get back a Sunfall. Oh, now you play the creature, sure.
Alright. I got myself an Overlord. That's
Seems
a
good.
good trade.
So, folks, the plan is definitely this. But what else do we do? I guess, again, we don't have untapped lands. So let's do this. Target that. Suppose we could have also double targeted that and this, but I think our current plan is all right. We don't need more lands.
Right.
Man, where's our Overlord and Hauntwoods? Those could be useful.
Actually, I kind of want to save that.
All right, you get your insects, but I'm afraid this Overlord's ride is at an end. Unless you have a counterspell.
Do I have? Oh, I guess you'll just exile it.
Yep, it's just gone.
So nobody gets it. That's fair.
Okay, we like the post-combat haste creature.
Alright, one of these bugs is going to be wicked.
Alright, we maybe should have kept that untapped land, folks. Let's see what we draw. It's an untapped land. Alright. Oh, we don't have blue mana, do we?
I can give you some.
Well, I can't activate the Storm Chaser's Channel without blue mana, which I was hoping to do. So instead, we will, I think, do this.
You're just so used to having it for a purpose.
We can actually scry first. No surveil. My apologies.
Oh, Ben, this deck is so silly. I'm laughing so hard.
Sure.
This is so much fun. Who needs to win when you're having this much fun? Am I right?
That sounds like an AlbinoCheesemonkey thing to say. Can't even level up your talent.
Okay. Let's see. Right, I think at this point, I do want my talent back, so I'm gonna take it.
One card in hand. I think we'll make our play. I refuse your trade offer.
Ooh, bargain. Oh, that was smart. Smooth.
That's what I was hoping to do when you grifted my Mistmoors, but I unwisely eliminated all your creatures the previous round.
Okay.
Okay. This looks better, folks. I would like to attack all.
No.
Your doom is impending.
Aha, you fool! You take 1 damage.
I take 1 damage. Enter.
Got him.
Got any board wipes in there?
Sucks. No, but I have some tap lands.
I have a rock. Attack all? Is that lethal? It's probably lethal. Xaxes. GG. Let's see what your sideboard has for this matchup. Let's see what our sideboard has for this matchup. We might not have a lot. Yep, this is not an updated deck. It doesn't have any temporary lockdowns in it. Okay.
You enjoy playing your stuff.
I guess, what do we even sideboard? These are pretty bad. These are pretty bad.
I'm a little bit annoyed that there are some nifty cards that we just haven't gotten to see yet.
Actually, I don't think we need any of these. We can just keep those.
Let's go with this.
I don't think our opponent's running planeswalkers. Because that's not one of the types that can trade.
No, it's not.
All right, folks, hope you're enjoying the bonus game.
I really hope everyone watching really just sees and believes that I've done Shifting Grift justice. Really, that's, that's all I'm out here to do.
I can easily say...
weird, terrible cards and give them their time in the limelight.
I can easily say you've given Shifting Grift more justice than I've seen anyone else do.
That's fair. Okay. Let's do some land. Let's get a treasure.
We have any reason to wait? Not really. Just put that in the graveyard so you can't bounce it.
That's not actually a good land against your deck. Alright, let's use that treasure to fix some mana. Yeah, I think the reason it turned into a token deck is because when I was just looking for ways to make a large variety of... a large density of enchantments, artifacts, and creatures, like, tokens are obviously the only real way to do that.
Yeah. I thought from the title you were just going to go heavier into Harmless Offering, Demonic Pact.
That's boring, though. People have seen that.
Yeah, people have seen that. I've seen that.
No, it was a Shifting Grift deck all along.
I didn't know you were going to actually make trade deals. I thought they were just going to be gifts.
Sure. It's one wicked skeleton. I don't think you can actually trade the auras, because it switches control, but then you don't actually get to keep the other thing that you... at least I haven't gotten it to work.
Really? Okay.
I might try at some point. It seemed every time I was in a situation to try it, the other person just didn't have enchantments.
Yeah.
So, alright, is there anything in my graveyard that I want back? Not really. So, I'm going to attack.
Man, I really have not drawn any Overlords of the Hauntwoods, it feels like. You have mana open? Alright, mana open. Let's cast impend some uncounterable horrors. Wait. Careful tapping. And that's why. Pass turn. No effects with 4 mana. We love to see it.
Ah, here we go. Well, the thing you were casting may or may not have been uncounterable, remember?
I did play around that, yeah, okay.
Glad to finally get this out. Let's see if you want to do any of this kind of trading.
I mean, we can't keep taking 3 from the skeleton every round. That is true. But I like my bugs. Oh, we're a control deck. We'll get win cons eventually. Win cons just kind of happen with time. Ah, so wicked.
Got him. Case is solved. Where did it go? It was killed by bugs.
I mean, bugs can skeletonize people. I don't know if moths in particular can, but I like cards. I'm going to have another. All right, so which is scarier, Cursed Recording or Case of the Stashed Skeleton?
I may not have anything worth casting in my hand. Also, I haven't gotten to use Cursed Recording yet. Makes me sad.
Okay,
because it lets me make it lets me make double trade deals. You see,
I do see that. But I will.
You don't even have to pay for the second one.
I will give in to your sadness. I'm casting Leyline Binding, but I'm not going to target Cursed Recording.
Really wanted.
You were counting on me to be mean?
Yeah. I don't have anything worth casting in my hand. Are you kidding me? Your low opinion of my morals and empathy has backfired, my friend. Oh, actually, I just drew something worth casting, so let's cast it. Let's cast it twice.
Okay. This town?
Yep. And now the fun thing about this town is I could choose 2 of your things if I want. Unfortunately, you're in a deck that likes things to go back to your hand.
Honestly, yeah, there's basically every permanent I have, I would be fine with you bouncing.
So, I will take the Charming Scoundrel back.
You can bounce your Cursed Recording.
I'll just double check the double hit the Storm Chaser's tail. That should be fine. And then let's go ahead and do this.
Where's our life gain in this deck anyway? Did I not pack any? Could be an oversight.
Like treasure.
This deck's not very updated. Okay, I will take one. Okay, that's a good card. Let us impend your doom. Okay, this is enough cards, I think. I have to give my line about milling out. I may mill out, you know.
Oh, 36? Okay.
All right, I've given you your fun with your Cursed Recording. I think now that I have a clean answer, I should take care of that.
No.
Do you have a double Spell Pierce?
No, you can't refuse this offer, my friend.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a thematic counterspell for the trade deal deck.
It's very thematic. Yeah, exactly.
Do I want to cast anything with my remaining mana?
It also gives you artifacts if there's someone who's playing a deck without artifacts, so that I can trade with them.
Okay, we'll just hold our mana. Our only lords are cooking.
Okay. Notably, I haven't drawn any black mana.
I was about to note that, yes. You know what? I should probably get rid of your Cursed Recording.
You think that's going to become a problem eventually?
Yeah. I guess you might have been able to activate that in response. But oh well.
Wait, which one?
Cursed Recording.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to cast, though.
Oh.
I guess you didn't know that.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to take 2.
Oh, it has Menace. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm also tired of all these beans. Actually, we might want to keep this.
I gave you Treasure to bargain, also.
Yeah, I was deliberately getting rid of the beans. I don't want a deck.
You got 33 cards. You're not even close.
My friend, you have not played this deck.
I've played against it many times.
Yes, and I'm careful not to deck. Because look, this draws a card. It would have drawn 2 if I kept that beans. And look, this draws a card. It would have drawn 2 if I'd kept that beans. And then I'm going to play the Survey land, which is going to chuck something off the top of my deck. Yep, because I don't need more lands, because I have 1 billion in hand, because of the beans.
Oh, man. Okay.
I've got some good trade deals for you. I like decks where you just kind of try not to die, and then the win cons sort themselves out.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
Well, I'll attack in then.
The question is...
That's 5. I can only put you to 1, I think. Do we play anything? I guess we play this Razor Verge. Oh no, Demolition Field. Surely you'll have a creature land. Depend.
Boy, it would have been nice to have some black mana.
What's your mana base look like? Probably pretty good.
No, it's good. It's good. This is the first time I've ever had issues casting my spells.
4 Gloomlike Verge, 2 Swamp. Yeah, it seems fine. Okay.
All right, that saves me from 6 damage, roughly. Now that was just cruel. You had...
I don't know what you have in hand. You could have this town bouncing... I don't know what.
It's true. I have all black spells in my hand.
Oh, no. Well, one of them's an Archfiend, I'm sure. What else?
Archfiend, Case of the Skeleton, and Scavenger Regent.
Okay, I didn't know about Scavenger Regent. All right.
Oh, that was some serious jank. Once again, you win the power jank. I win the heart of jank.
Do.
All is right in the world. This is how it should be.
All right.
You can't out-jank me, brother, unless you're trying to win.
I have out-janked you. For example, with End of the Plains, which we could play now.
Doppeljank.
And Doppeljank, which we could also play now.
You have time for more?
It's 8:38. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What do you want to play against?
Wow, what do I want to play? Is the real question.
Yeah, if you want to switch, that's fine.
I might want to go on a jank power trip. Maybe I pull out one of the rules of 2.
Sure.
But which one? I've got 2 of them now, you know. Well, what do you want to play?
End of the Plains is a kind of bad deck that's also very fun.
Do you think Orzhov or Boros would do better?
Generally, Orzhov is going to do better against my decks.
Okay. It's also really combo-y.
Yeah, it's combo-y. That's why.
Yeah, we'll do Orzhov. All right.
We'll send it to
All right, folks. If you stuck around this long, you're about to see some of my power jank.
Combo versus combo.
I think this was the deck that I lost the power jank award to 1 life, I think.
Check out that episode in the playlist on YouTube. I'm Ben Orbreak, and I have the MTG Sunday Jank-Off in the playlist. I'm sure my friend also has his point of view also. We will play first, and this hand is garbage. This is slow, but I suppose we'll have to keep.
I don't like it, but I'm gonna keep it.
Oh, maybe we should not have kept
Yeah,
this hand
right. Look
against
at
this
how you
opponent.
have my Orzhov sleeves on. Look at that.
This is going to go
That's right.
terribly. Oh no, we just drew a really bad card. We don't need two of these.
We're
going to get demolished.
Let's see. I have so many options. Well, I think first, before I do anything, I'm going to hit you.
Ow, down to 18.
Then I'm going to play one of my favorite cards in the game.
2 life.
Gain 2 life.
Don't mind me.
Let's play that. Let's see if we can assemble some more players. We can, so let's do it.
Okay, that's a card I did not want to see. Yep.
And let's hit.
I have no plays I can make. This is a Sultai deck. I'll present another Golgari land. It's
Without
tapped.
Blue? No blue?
No blue.
Feeling blue? It's a little off the top.
Oh, this is going to hurt. I think I'm probably just dead here, aren't I?
It's possible.
No, I'm literally dead on board. Because this is going to trigger 2 more times.
Yeah.
And then you've got 6 damage incoming.
Yeah, but I'm going to do this just to be mean.
Okay. Sure. I think that just kills me from triggers, so I'll auto pass. Why do I have to click resolve all when I'm auto passing?
I don't know, it's annoying. I can jank! We did it!
Like I said, Orzhov is going to be the best against my deck.
Probably also had some pretty bad draws there.
It was terrible. I should not have kept. But we have sideboard deck. We do.
All right. We didn't get to see a whole lot. You are doing a Sultai deck. I'm trying to remember what End of the Plains does. I'll put one of those in just in case. And see, and one of these just in case, and we'll see how it goes. Don't seem to be trying to burn me out all that much.
Actually,
what do I go down on though?
yeah.
Maybe
What do
not.
you go down on?
I'm gonna remain silent.
Folks, don't just go down on anything. Pick your battles.
That's right.
This is unexciting but keepable.
It's good. Not a lot of bad hands in this deck, actually.
I get a lot of bad hands in this deck. Same with Only Lords. I think the mana base needs to be updated. All right, it's time for the aggro draw. Fear my 1/1s.
Hey, boy. What do I want to do here?
Why don't you just die? Figuratively, in game, as in concede. No, don't do that either. That wouldn't be fun, Jank.
I'm gonna pass.
All
Let's
right,
see what we do.
I'm gonna make an utterly ridiculous play.
Interesting.
This is not the deck's main game plan, but we play what the shuffler gives us.
Is there... You didn't really draw a... Just take out one of them. Yes. You didn't really play a third land.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Interesting.
Aggro decks don't need the third land.
It's true.
Totally playing an aggro deck here.
I can tell.
Okay, we will
You said it was ottering time, and then you ottered all over the place.
play another aggro card.
Oh my gosh. This is what End of the Plains does, I remember now. A little bit awkward.
You know what else is a little bit awkward? The fact that I don't have a follow-up to that statement.
Do I actually choose life gain here? I think I do.
Ooh, that's a good draw. Let us prowess up. Give your prince nowhere to run. And get in for 6. Who's the control deck now?
No kidding. Okay.
My otters warded. My inn kept. My storm chasers talented. How scared are we of one doll? Probably not that scared. What's the worst that could happen?
It could block. Jumpily.
That's true.
Aha, you've caught up on lands.
And exceeded. Folks, this is our win con here. This plus that over there.
I don't think I've got you. I think your aggro strategy was too strong.
It cannot be. Surely you will have an answer to this.
I mean, I'll be able to stay alive another turn.
Okay. That's good.
With my reinforcements so resolute. Aha! A land!
Alright, don't concede,
Alas.
please.
Huh?
Don't concede, please.
Okay. Oh no. That's ominous. Okay. Well, let's play him out.
Okay. Either one of these otters is probably lethal.
Play him out.
Alright, you've assembled blockers and life gain if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll survive the otters this turn. But you won't survive
Utterly
the sting
ridiculous.
of betrayal.
Ooh.
Here's what our deck's actually here to do, folks. So for those who have not seen this before, Innkeeper's Talent, level 3. If you would put a counter on a opponent or player, put twice as many. Vraska. She comes down with 5 loyalty. No, 6. And then we doubled it to 12, and then we did -2 by playing the Phyrexian mana for 5 instead of 6. So she now has 10 counters on her, which is about twice as many as she should have. She has a -9, conveniently, which gives a player 9 poison counters.
Ha, good thing you don't have a way to give me one more, though.
Well, I have a way to double the counters I give you to 18.
Oh. You have a way to give me 9 more.
Well, that went well. Our opponent kind of stalled and stumbled, it's true. I think we actually go one more of these and one less of these.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful. And this would probably be helpful. This was not helpful. That's probably dangerous. What is the sideboard? Interesting. I made some interesting sideboard choices here, Ben. Not as in like choices in what to put in for game 3, as in like choices to put in the sideboard. We're gonna go with that. Should be fine. Man, your aggro deck's unbeatable. Oh, I don't want to keep this. I'm not gonna. I can't keep that either. I have to keep that. Looks like I might be playing control, Ben. Are you there?
I'm here. Am I muted? I was muted. My apologies.
It's your turn to accidentally be muted, I guess.
Yeah, I had to sneeze. It happens.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Frankie Peanuts, yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, never feel afraid to call out a streamer if they're talking and not audible, folks. It's helpful.
Right. What do we got?
We got play land, level up. Welcome to the stream, and thank you again. Yeah, it's been pretty lots of pollen in the air around these parts around this time. No, Lauren.
Yeah, she had to come in.
Grumble, grumble. Okay, blue mana acquired. I guess we keep that.
Okay.
Wow, you certainly got a lot of players.
I do. I'm thinking about assembling them.
Okay, no blocks.
That was a stick. Sticky.
It's a sticky situation. I will play my ultimate win con. Oh,
Okay.
1/1 otter.
It got the job done last time.
It'll be really great with that innkeeper's talent, which I don't have anymore.
Yeah. I don't like my hand enough to actually give you a card, so I can get one. That's better. I mean, I knew it was coming.
It's true.
All right. Let's do something a little fancy.
Okay. So it's whenever you attack.
I see what you did there. All right, well, I'm going to get another card, and you are too.
Now that's a deal I will accept. Okay, we like that. Now how to play this. I think we go the fun line, don't we? Yeah, we'll just go the fun line.
That's the first time I've clicked your rock today. I don't know who I am anymore.
Gotta click my rock.
There she is. The queen.
The goddess.
That's right.
Sunin.
Goddess.
Luxa. Embodied. Sorry.
Reach triple induction. Don't love.
It's okay. She's not going to hit you this turn.
All right, here's something interesting that I can do. I'm going to exile this from my graveyard. Make a 1/1. Why? Because I want to draw but not discard.
Makes sense. I also want to draw but not discard.
I also had fun discovering... I don't think... Well, the reason Dalkovian's encampment's in here is because the 1/1 tokens that are tapped and attacking can't be blocked under Delny. I don't know that the Irration City is actually necessary in this deck. But I remember when I built this, Tarkir had just come out, and I was like, ooh, new rare lands, throw them in! You know how it would be sometimes.
Yeah. I'm gonna... offer you a deal. No,
That's fair. I get nothing. You get everything. Good deal. Now you've learned. You've learned well.
Okay, I think we're in control, chat. Unfortunately, we won't have a combo win because of Loran. Dang it, Loran. Oh, that's a frightening card.
Well, you have more than one copy of...
In my deck. Maybe not in my hand.
Yeah. Let's start doing some work.
Also a frightening card. Okay. Right. How are we going to deal with this? Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. All right.
It's not on yet.
Ooh, this could be an interesting play, but I think we're fine just... playing Lily. I'm not actually going to activate her. I'm instead going to play Malicious Eclipse. So my otters get up to 3/3s, and then everything goes down by 2. And then I'm going to play another Storm Chaser's Talent. And then I'm going to plus Lily. And just discard a card. Felidar Cub. Well, that's a good card against me.
All right. One of these. She's been a bit of a problem.
I mean, she's probably coming back.
That's a good point. I thought I had more mana.
Okay, do we have lethal?
I thought one of my open mana was white, and that's on me, because I have something on top of my deck I could have cast.
Oh,
well, I have
see.
multiple cards I could have cast.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think any of them would have helped. This isn't a game-winning Vraska. I'm honestly casting her just for the prowess triggers and card draw.
Probably not. I would have removed your Liliana if I had another mana open.
I don't need my Liliana.
That's true. Because I was worried she would make me sacrifice a creature.
I would have if I
had
other means. Yeah.
Well, I came on strong and then I fizzled out.
Did you board into a more controlling stance, I guess?
Yeah, I did.
That's kind of a mistake, I think, against this deck. I think you need speed against a control/combo deck.
Just a lot of enchantment removal, basically.
Yeah, I don't think you can... Okay, well, maybe Innkeeper's Talent. I guess I can see that being worthwhile.
Yeah.
But it's possible that in this matchup, the best removal is player removal, like you did the first game. All right, folks. We have reached 9 p.m. local time, which means our next stream will be 7 a.m. on Sunday, 7 p.m. on Sunday Eastern, which is 11 UTC. However, my friend AlbinoCheesemonkey will not be able to join us until the Wednesday following. We're doing a special episode on Wednesday. Was it the 25th? No. Wednesday the 28th. So that's when we'll go back for Jank-Off EP21. On Sunday the 25th, I'm working on either getting a guest on for a special episode, or if not, I'll do a behind the scenes how I prepare for the Jank-Off, in which we'll start from the beginnings and
watch it.
No, you cannot watch it because it's secret information that you'll be playing against eventually. But I want to share with all followers and stuff. Just take this opportunity to fill that time slot, even though one of us won't be here. I want to be there, and I want to do something Jank-Off related, and I want to show you guys how I work on my Jank-Off decks. We'll just start a deck out, build it, go onto the ladder, and see what kinds of optimizations we can make in the 2 hours of time that we'll stream. So, same time, same place, and then the additional Wednesday the 31st, 7 p.m. ETC, which is 11 p.m. UTC. Yes, UTC. Yes, that's right. We will be back with Jank-Off EP21. I'll try to get these both set up as YouTube streams upcoming so that you can see this, and it should also be on the Twitch schedule. So thanks y'all for watching. Hope to see you all next Sunday and the Wednesday after that.
Good night. Happy trading.
And happy trades out there. I wish Arena had a trading mechanic of some kind. Or
no, that'd be too easy. Then people would be able to get the cards they want.
Oh no, can't have that. Can't have people playing the cards they want. What I want even more than that, honestly, though, is just actual social features of some kind.
Yeah, that's true.
We're rather
there have been some games where I was actually vibing with the opponent, and I would like to have
been able to say something besides
people play with.
Nice deck, which is 90%
but whenever
of the time.
People say it, to me, they're not being sarcastic. They actually, because I 100% of the time am only playing jank on ladder. So
I just have people muted at this point. It's just easier for me. I don't tilt really. It's just a little drain on your day that I don't need.
That's right. That's fair.
All right, folks. So hopefully we're not a drain on your day because we're coming back next weekend. See y'all then.
We're really bad at signing off.
Good night.
Good night.